The pressing question to ask yourself is, what is it that you love most dearly? Imagine that you are standing in a beautiful meadow. It is a golden afternoon, and the long wild grasses and wild flowers are gently whispering in the breeze. Over yonder, you see a winding brook glistening in the sunlight. You hear the shimmering of the leaves and realize that these are long, tall, elegant, beautiful aspens whose leaves are glinting and wavering in the afternoon sunlight. And well beyond you and reaching way out of the earth is a most glorious mountain. While above you, all manner and kind of birds are flying and singing. In brief, the scene is picturesque. And your eyes and ears are most certainly delighted. Now imagine that you are standing in the middle of a street in the blighted inner city. You see glass here and there, syringes strewn about. You see plastic bags and trash flickering this way and that way as the wind kicks up. There is a miasma, the smell of urine and feces wavering about. And meanwhile, people you don't know are moving every which way, going places whose whereabouts you know not. Here you may feel disgust or revulsion by what you see and hear. But can you see in both cases that you are attached to being a lover of sights and sounds, as Plato once called them? A lover of what delights the eye or of what is perverse to the eye? A lover of what delights the ear or of what is shrill to the ear? Strong like in the first case, is replaced by strong dislike in a second. And the question is this sight, this sound, this scene, what you love most dearly? Of course, all of this has been taking place in the imagination and therefore in the mind. When you allow thoughts or emotions to arise, they can seem most interesting. So interesting that it seems as if it behooves you to follow them, to sniff them out, to see where they're heading, to follow them around the bend. For thoughts and feelings can seem as if they are a part of a most important plot. And if only you can keep following the plot in this way, you can see how the thoughts and feelings end. If in the case of loving sights and sounds, we are oriented toward space, in the case of thoughts and feelings, we are oriented toward time. The former is like a scene cast forth in space, while the latter is like a rope unfurling through time. The question returns, are you going to be a lover of thoughts and feelings? Will you be a lover of thoughts and feelings, seemingly forever? Will you keep getting all wrapped up and wanting to know how the plots and the subplots are going to end? Therefore, our question returns with added force and immediacy. Are we going to be lovers of sights and sounds, and thus take far too seriously the physical senses? Or are we going to be lovers of thoughts and feelings, and therefore take far too seriously the mental sense? Or shall we open ourselves up to loving what is more basic, more fundamental, more real? In fact, the only reality there is. For is it not clear to us right now that sights and sounds and thoughts and feelings are all appearances? And if they are all simply appearances, necessarily we should ask, appearing to what? Appearing in what? Appearing on what? Of what do appearances consist? On what do they appear? To what are they being seen? Isn't this the way? In the Vedantic scriptures, therefore, we are told to distinguish between the unreal and the real. And I say here between the not fully lovable and that which is worthy of our love. Thus the question returns once more. What is it that we love, should love most dearly? This is why it is said that we are to love God most dearly, own most, and above all else. Not to love the world first and foremost, not to love the mind first and foremost, but to place our everything on God, whom we love the most. Quoting the Prophet Muhammad, Balyani once said, "Whosoever knows thyself knows thy Lord." Who is this self? Who this Lord God? He could have also said, "Whosoever loves thyself loves thy Lord." Who is this self to be loved? Who this Lord God to be loved? Am I limited? Am I finite? Am I localized? Is God limited? Is God finite? Is God localized? Am I without beginning or end? Am I prior to the first and the last? Is God without beginning or end? Is God prior to the first and the last? Am I vaster than vast? Is God vaster than vast? Am I closer than close? Is God closer than close? Am I aware right now? Is God aware right now? Am I pure awareness or pure consciousness? Is God pure awareness or pure consciousness? And yes, therefore, am I God? And truly, yes, is God I? Whosoever knows thyself knows thy Lord. Whosoever loves thyself loves thy Lord. Whosoever is thyself is thy Lord. Thus it is truly said, just be still and know that I am God.